Yo, I'm lazy and I did not feel like editing today. So we're going to be breaking down this new, specific, and strange mechanic that actually might allow this to become one of the most busted things in the game because of all the recent nerfs. Let's break it down. We're going to be taking a look at another racial passive today that was actually silently forgotten about, and that's the Capra passive. Now, everyone knows the video I made earlier talking about the healing, and it gives you healing if you get like that one specific variant of Capra, but they changed something. They made every variant of Capra give healing no matter what. So before it was 14% healing over, or no, like 15% healing over like 30 seconds, which is like, oh, that's pretty nice, right? You'd be able to sit on a campfire, give it to your allies, whatever, right? But there's actually something very strange. They actually made the blue variant specifically. I don't know why, probably a bug, but the blue variant specifically gives you 30% healing over the course of a minute. So you basically get double the effect. And it's actually very, very strong, right? Basically, the regen over time is akin to that of a little bit more than No Life King, right? So you can actually, like right before you start a fight, maybe mid-gank, get all your allies to sit down, bam, pop it. That's 30% health they get like as extra passive regen. You're basically giving everybody that you sit next to at a campfire No Life King. And they don't have to be sitting either. They just have to be around you when you pop it, which is really, really, really handy because that extra regen could save lives. Extra regen is always busted in a game like this where they're constantly nerfing things like Flame Wisp, Blood Shadow, any extra passive regen. They reworked Fishman for a reason, right? So I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple examples of this and some ganks, but there's actually a secret that I figure out afterwards, so make sure you stick around for that too. So in the first part of the fight, we were pretty heavily outnumbered, but I had an opportunity to go ahead and get the heal, so let's see how it does.
All right, hit me with the proc. Alright, nice. It's on. Let's see how it heals. Bro, this high ass ping, bro. I'm Saint Jade right now, bro. It's gone. I got it back.
Now, unfortunately, I actually got Saint Jade and hit with all the dead gods here, so I didn't get the full healing because half the time it was cut. But for the time it was up, it was actually pretty handy to get a little extra regen off, and it helped me survive and stay at 50% health, so that was kind of nice. So my analysis is like, if you're constantly getting hit in a fight, it's probably not going to do you well. So I was really high ping there, and I wasn't able to parry a lot, so it's not going to be that great. But for people who are able to consistently like avoid damage, it's going to be building up a lot over time, similar to No Life King, like I mentioned. Okay. I just logged out my health in like a few minutes, seconds. Jesus Christ. Yeah, do you have that heal area? Yeah, hit me with that buff. Thank you. And this changes absolutely everything. Because before, if you guys didn't know, you had to sit down at a campfire to apply the buff. But because of this specific variant, before only applying Insanity, they thought it'd be okay that, oh, you don't probably have to sit at a campfire for it. But since they made the Shadow buff, they forgot to remove the aspect where you had to sit down at a campfire to apply a buff. So as of right now, the blue variant of Capra can apply a free 30% healing in over a minute without even sitting down. You could just give it to anyone who's right next to you, which is absolutely busted. It's one of the, it might be the second or first strongest race in the game because that's just free healing you can give your teammates. That's really nice. That's basically you like kind of around 6 to 7 reinforces in a minute that you're giving them. That, like, think about it like that. So it's really handy. The rest of this footage here is just going to showcase the healing over time and show its effectiveness.
All right. That guy's low. Sub-scene guys here. It's possible to fight the dagger secret too.
Now, one thing I'll add on is that unfortunately you cannot stack the buffs together. I've already tried it with all 3 variants and even 3 of the same variant. They don't stack whatsoever, which was a little disappointing, but it would just be way too busted if you could heal like 90% in 1 minute. That would just be absolutely insane. So the last thing I wanted to test was, can you actually stack this healing with other forms of healing like the old days of Deepwoken? And so the first thing I decided to test was No Life King, and from the results, it seems like No Life King doesn't really activate if you already have this buff active. It must be something that has to do with like passive regen or something like that, maybe disabling No Life King. It could have been a change that happened when they disabled Condition Runner working with No Life King. And then of course I decided to test with Condition Runner, and kind of the same thing. I mean, it healed a little bit more when I was running with Condition Runner over having No Life King, but for the most part, it just feels like it's kind of it might just be the condition runner doing more than the actual Capra buff itself. So yeah, that's what I'll say about those two. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like you can really stack them together or like use all of them together. And the only other like passive feelings in the game, which was Fishman, got removed. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about that.
There's one guy that's like really low.
Now that pretty much covers all the intricacies surrounding this tech. For the most part, there's not really much else to be considered because, again, a lot of the other healings in this game kind of got removed or nerfed. Things like maybe like Run It Back, the corrupted variant, being like something that lasts longer, could be very useful with this tech, as you're not going to take damage and you're going to clearly see a big benefit to using stuff like that, or maybe stacking it with potions. The rest of this game, because what this tech was tested on, you can enjoy that, and there's a build review at the very end.
In domain. Nice. Can you follow me out the server? I need to go get some food real quick. Jump to depth. Gank 1.
Now at the end of the video, guys, I'm going to guys with a build suggestion and how you can use this build to this maximum potential using this new tech if it doesn't get patched. So pre-shrine, you're going 40 strength, 50 fortitude, 25 agility, right? And the idea is you're going to get the necessary talents at 40 strength, get your reinforce, your exo, right? And get your speed demon. Of course, the 15 willpower is there, so you can get your fortitude willpower talents. Post-shrine, you're going to want to go 80 charisma, 80 gale, 25 medium weapon. This is going to be a meta low investment medium build. The idea is that this build will be very, very strong for support and mobility in overworld ganks. This is an overworld gank build, but with the low investment medium, you can still do a lot of damage for your gale moves. But the idea is you're focusing in mobility and being able to not only Capra heal your teammates, you can also vow them with vow specific commands. You can also with a reinforce, and you can end with Link Strider heals. This is a Link Strider build. If you want to go Link Strider, that's 4 different ways you can support your allies. It is crazy in my opinion, because that 30% over a minute, the extra reinforces, being able to live and return somebody and fight them, all the buffs as well. You can even get Cammy if you want on this build. The ultimate mobility build. And the thing is, there's 24 extra investment points on this build too. So yeah, it just gives you room to work around with and play around with the build. That was just my suggestion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I'll be catching you guys later. All right, peace.